Welcome back to the show. Today's guest is someone who has absolutely cracked the uni career game. Victor's a paralegal at Herbert Freehills, a research assistant working on AI and law, and the founder of Sproutify Law, all while still studying. He's built a personal brand that actually opens doors instead of just filling a resume. If you're a student wondering how to stand out, build credibility, and create real opportunities for yourself, this episode is the roadmap. Yeah, so welcome, Victor. Thank you for joining us in our podcast series. Why not get us started? Tell us a bit about yourself and what do you do right now?
Thank you so much, Lachlan, for having me on. So currently, I'm a third year law and computer science student at UNSW. And I thought how I met Lachlan was I had a little chat about my little startup called Sproutify Law, which is a platform that helps law students secure paralegal and internship positions.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. And you've pretty much built a reputation on LinkedIn, at least through mooting, paralegal work, and even founding Sproutify Law, like you mentioned. So when you first started uni, how did you think about building a personal brand? What really struck you with it? And what were the very first steps you took, I guess?
Yeah, it's thinking back, it's quite interesting, and I don't think it was as calculated as it may seem. So obviously entering first year law school, I guess what was on my mind was purely just, I guess, dabbling in all the opportunities that were available, trying out different competitions, trying to get a paralegal role, and I guess doing a bit of volunteering in law society, right? So at that time, starting a personal brand and posting on LinkedIn wasn't even something that was on my radar. But I guess the way that it started was once I had gotten my first paralegal job, and one of the days I still remember this really fondly is that I got taken to court for my first time ever. And it was because a solicitor who was almost like a mentor to me. He just threw me into a taxi and sent me off to court to go deliver documents. And eventually, in that same sort of matter, I was able to draft written submissions as a first year law student. Basically, had only done my first ever course and was already able to draft like written submissions to go to court in a real matter. And then I was sent to court with my solicitor to hear the outcome of that matter, which we were ultimately successful. And I just found that whole experience really fascinating. And that was what prompted me to write about it on LinkedIn. So I guess how I started was more using LinkedIn as sort of like a personal journal, sharing my thoughts. And that was sort of the first step I took to posting on LinkedIn, where now I have begun to share more of my lessons and advice to people, first or second year law students.